Good evening, everybody. I better turn the light on. We're in a bit of a fluster here today. A little bit behind as I've just finished recording another episode of the Road to not the Road to Glory. Oh God, I'm getting too old for this. The Rocking All Over the Globe, and you might notice this little one here in the transfers thing. And looking at this, the transfer offer that we have had is for Max Aarons, and Crystal Palace have come in and made an offer of 32 million for him, and I think 21 million up front. And if we look at Max Aarons and we look at his form, he might as well not be here. So I'm thinking 21 million in the kitty, making 25.5 million. We can buy 3 players for that. And like, we could buy a central midfielder, we could buy a striker who could score a couple of goals, and we could buy a central defender. Thinking, boy, if we look at the squad plan and we look at the right backs, I have Boyomo, who can play right back. He could step in to be the number one. Tyler Adams can also play as the right back. He could step up as the deputy. And Langstaff and Brandon Williams could cover as the right back. Left backs, we seem to be fairly good for left back. So I'm thinking Max Aarons, 21 million. What do you think, Andy? I think I would be an absolute fool to actually say, no, I'm not going to sell him. I think we have to take that and say thank you very much to Crystal Palace. I think that's the only option I've got. I still, like, I was recording, what do you think, Andy? Should Langstaff? I did say to somebody the other day in the comments, he said, buy Langstaff. And I don't know. I think I agree with you, Andy. Goodbye and good luck to you. And but not too much good luck, because I think we have to play Crystal Palace before very long. When do we play Crystal Palace? Interesting. That would be an interesting game then. Oh, we don't have to play Crystal Palace for a long time. We have to play them on the 6th of February. We got some really big games coming up. We got Manchester City coming up. We've got games in Europe against Sturm Graz and Basel. But we have some winnable games in there. But if we can do some business in the transfer window, who knows, we might win a couple. We had a very good result, which will upset Ben a lot, by beating Newcastle 3-1 last time out. It's got us up into 16th, but we're only 2 points above the relegation zone. We have to play Norwich now, who are doing extremely well. They are sitting there in 8th. So that isn't by no means a gimme. So I think, Max Aarons, we are going to accept the offer. And goodbye to Max Aarons. I can't afford to turn that down. But there is a problem, because if I wanted to replace Aarons, and this game is evil. I tell you, this game is evil. If we go to my scouting, and we go to scouted players, and we go to right backs, it's just one. My scouts have found just one right back has been scouted, and he's rubbish. So go to even players in range, and go to right backs for players in range who've not necessarily, there's no A in there, and the only one I can find in here who's affordable, even if we sell Aarons, and who could do a decent job, is Connor Roberts from Burnley. But he's going to cost too much money. And I might just have to say, forget about getting a right back in for now. There's a possibility. There is one I looked at. It's a possibility. Jack Stacey's just going to cost too much money. He was a 30-year-old that we could bring in Aina of Nottingham Forest, he's 30 years old, would be a very good signing. His weaknesses, struggled for shooting, but that doesn't really matter. The rest of the team does as well. He's not very intelligent. He'll fit in just fine. And he'll find it difficult to adapt in the dressing room. Well, everybody else is finding that difficult too. So apart from that, he would be a good signing for a couple of years. It would upset the board, though, because they want young players. But I would say we just put him on the short list as a desperation move. But it is odd, isn't it, the way we sell a player? It is the one position that you haven't scouted is the position of the player we are selling. How odd is that? And I've honestly, Andy, I feel like I'm getting to the end of my tether with this game. I really do feel like it. And what's really upsetting me is the key highlights thing. And I played 2 games this afternoon for the video tomorrow. And in the first one, we were beaten 2-1, having taken the lead. And they had 2 highlights and scored twice. And I don't know how many we had. And then in the second game, they had 1 highlight and scored once. And I'm getting tired of this highlight thing, and I'm going to play in key highlights, I think, for the first game. But if it's still the same, I'm going to go to extended highlights. But I've been told by someone in the comments that extended highlights is just as bad, that they don't show the highlights for the opposition. What I did find was I started... when I was playing the games, because of lack of time, I started hitting the instant result button. And whatever the result was, is whatever the result was. And then in the inbox, you get that highlights of all the games in the league. If I can find one, where would it be? Would it be... on a Sunday, wouldn't it? Premier League. So you get these TV highlights. Now, if you actually look back at these highlights, you get a much better overview of the game. And sometimes these highlights, if it's a good game, sometimes those highlights can last 3 or 4 minutes. If it's a very quiet game, ending in a 0-0 draw or just 1-1, it can probably be 2 minutes. But it's always a good reflection for both sides of the game. So why can't they do this in the key highlights when you're actually watching it? And these are some of the things that are really getting me down. And we'll go in key highlights. Oh boy, he wants to make a lot of changes, but I don't. I'm going to go with the team I've selected. And I'm not quite sure why he wants to make all those changes. I think Makuko, I can see, is tired. So I think I might play Clivert up top. I don't want to play Parrott. So I'm waiting really for someone to be sold, get some money in, and we'll go into the transfer market and we'll see what we can do. Parrott, can he play? Let's think. Can he play as a deep lying forward? Yeah, he can. Let's give him a game. Clivert's been out of form, dreadfully out of form. So he's like his last 5 games have been a 6.48, and so we'll see. We'll play this one in key highlights. They are very, very tired, Norwich. We're not so bad. I want to type mark him and left foot, Wiggy. Type mark him and left foot, and then Stack. He's more of a box-to-box type, I think. has a decent shot on him, so I want to close him down, basically. This guy, we'll close him down. And then at the back, we just want to check their fullbacks. He's very good fullback, and then this guy is also a very good fullback. I don't want to do anything with the fullbacks. So Norwich, I don't know what this is. The outcome's going to be. I can only hope. We still have Crisp in goal there, and I wonder, we still got fitness concerns. He's still some way short, so we have to continue with this Crisp in goal, and we'll go to the game and see what happens. I've rotated the team a little bit, not too much, but I think that it's real that the game is so bad that it spoiled any enjoyment I ever had from this game. I do not enjoy watching the highlights anymore, which is why I skip watching the highlights now. Obviously, when I record, I have to sit there and suffer and watch them. It's breaking my heart how bad this game is. This game I've loved for 15 years. And I wish they could do something about it. I don't know why they can't show the similar TV highlights when we're actually watching this in key highlights live. I don't know why they can't do it. But maybe it's because the game's calculating through as it plays, whereas when it's playing back, it's able to put together instances from both sides. I don't know. I'm not a programmer, so I don't know. I'm guessing. But let's see if we can't beat Norwich. Beating Norwich might cheer me up a little bit. And if we can get Parrott in there, he's going to miss. He desperately need a striker. We're dominating the game. But as we know, it will only take one highlight for Norwich and they will score. And please, FM, address this. That was a good tackle, but it's fallen to Norwich. And how's your week been, Andy? What is going on in my defence? I desperately need a good central defender to come into the defence. Crisp has done well there. But there's the one highlight, one goal. Oh boy, every time the opposition have a highlight, they score. I don't think I want to be a tester. I think they just they need to sort this out. Who enjoys watching a game when all you see is the opposition get one highlight and score? Who would enjoy? What kind of masochist would actually enjoy that? I want to see a fair reflection of the game on the pitch. Now, they'll probably have 4 or 5 highlights by the end of the first half. And they'll have only shown the one highlight which results in a goal. And, it's so depressing. And watching the games this afternoon when I was recording, or this evening when I was recording, it's just, I know what is going to happen. I see it a minute before it happens. And there, again, I knew what was going to happen. So they've had 3 opportunities now. They've only showed the one highlight. And they've only showed the one highlight for us as well so far. And looking at it, I guess, although Norwich's XG is less than ours, we can't get shots on target again. And that, again, is I found that out in FM23. That's the only thing you need to look at. And if you're not winning that, you're not winning the game. Norwich are clearly winning that. But again, 5 shots, they've only had one highlight. And this is the way... This is what you just have to figure out. And the best thing to do is click the instant result so you don't have to go through this. And I found that that's helped me get through the season I'm going to say you're terrible. Sort it out. Look at this. Parrot 6.4. Like, oh, we have to... Well, we'll get some money in and then we'll try and improve the defence if we're still in a job. But it just is... It's breaking my heart watching this and playing this. And again, we can have as many highlights. He'll give us loads. And we won't score the goal we need. And that's the key to it. The key is this 7 shots. Hey Alex, how you doing, mate? Nice to meet you. How's the weather in Florida? Bet it's better. Oh God, Norwich have got a highlight. Unless we steal the ball before it gathers momentum. No, we're not going to, are we? And there's 2 highlights, 2 goals. And can you understand what I'm saying now? It's as soon as you see they have a highlight, you know you're in trouble. And there's no like thinking. There's no like thinking, oh, I wonder if they'll score or not. You know they're going to score. As soon as they get a highlight, that's it. It's in the back of the net. And we've had... Both of our highlights didn't go in. I need to get... Look at this, 6.2. Some of this rubbish off the field. I knew it was a bad idea. Let's play... Let's Clivert up there. And Makuka. Let's go with Makuka then. Let's... I'm going to do something here. I'm going to make him... an inverted wing-back on defend. And Biomo is going to go to a wing-back. A wing-back on attack. He's going support. So we're going to tactically tweak this. Because I'm worried that he's on attack. He's on his own. So let's get some of this rubbish off. The goalkeeper, unfortunately, has not had his best day. Although I don't know what he could have done about those goals, but... And... he's not exactly performing very well. These 2 boys, midfield. Traore, who's... Oh God. Traore has been absolutely awful. Clivert can't play there. Okay, let's do 3 subs at the moment. And leave a couple till later when players are tired. But they're just like absolutely awful. And that's another thing. I have seen the opposition when they lose, when the opposition are going to lose, they will hit the woodwork. The number of highlights they have is still small, but they will hit the woodwork or blaze it over the bar instead of coming close. I'm going to go attacking now. I've got nothing to lose. And it's just not working out. But it's not... You know, I don't mind losing. When I hit instant result and I lose, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. What I have a problem with, big time, is this nonsense that you are forced to watch. Oops, Norwich have got a highlight. But luckily we've got the ball. So it's not a Norwich highlight, it's a highlight for us. Now he's injured, he's going to have to come off. But we'll leave it this highlight run. Oh, wait a minute. It was a highlight for them. 3 highlights, 3 goals. What nonsense is this? Oh, Anthony. Lovely pass. Oh, this is so nonsense. And that's, I really feel like I've had enough of FM now. I really feel like it. They've ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. And I can't see why anybody would want to watch this, because it does not make any sense to me at all. And he's injured, so he's got to come off. And yet, if we were to watch the highlights in the TV version, it will be a much better representation of what the game is actually showing you. Much better. And I don't know why they can't do that. Just put the TV version afterwards into here, and then people won't get upset. But they've had 15 opportunities. They've shown 3 of them, and they've scored 3 times. I think that just about proves what I'm saying. And we've had 3 and we've scored 0. We've had 11, 3 highlights, and 12, 3 highlights and scored 0. They've had 15, 3 highlights and scored 3. And that is what I'm saying is nonsense. Show me some of the other stuff. And that puts us back in the relegation zone, I guess. Is the game not capable of showing me any of the other stuff? Yeah, we're back in the relegation zone now. I just don't understand it. And it's not just this save, it's every save that I'm doing. And that's not good. And Chelsea in the FA Cup, we've got no chance. But we'll see what happens. But it's just what this daft game does is let you win FA Cup matches. Like, it's let me win it's let me get to 3rd or whatever place in the Europa League. A team that can't score a goal in the Premier League is 3rd or 4th in the Europa League. I mean, I don't know where we are in the Europa League. We lost, I think, last time, didn't we, against Genk? That was bound to happen. But we're still 3rd in the Europa League. And so the nonsense of this is just what it is. What I'm saying is nonsense. And let's have a look at Chelsea and see how many highlights Chelsea have and how many goals Chelsea score per highlight. I just would, if I actually click this and play it through, you'd have a much better representation of the game. Shall we do that? Let's just have a look at what the game highlights do. Now it's just patched it all together. And I bet you we will... In fact, it actually plays a lot smoother as well. He was a donkey, don't it? Like, yeah, what? I don't know how you can blame the goalkeeper for that. That was a pretty good punch. He got lots of distance on it. That was just lucky. See how we're getting a better feel for the game already? See, we didn't see that highlight in the key highlights during the game. And we didn't see that one either. So you're getting a much better representation of the game during these than you do actually when the game is live. Okay, Alex, see you later, mate. And I have a big problem with it. And as I say, I don't like playing it at the moment, which is for somebody who does YouTube, is a bit of a problem. FM24, I loved playing it. I was playing it all the time. FM23 was a little bit worse, but I still enjoyed playing it. Now I'm just laughing at it. I'm just laughing at the game. And I don't know what they've done to it. It's just, and the interesting thing that I've noticed as well is that since the update, it keeps changing my graphic setup as well. I had to change the graphics during one of the live games that I was recording today. So what is it doing? It's just like, stop it. Oh my God. Accepted them all. Okay. Who's Williams? Brandon Williams. Do we want to sell Brandon Williams for 15 million as well? I can't sell all my fullbacks. Let's go to. Well, why not? Why not? So I still got cover. Good cover. Kelly can play as the left back. Jacob Greaves could even play. Augustinson. Brand is supposed to be a good player, so why not sell him as well? If we have a look at the go back to who that left back and right back. I think he could play both sides, that boy, couldn't he? Who was he? Should be on my short list here, but he's not been put there, has he? Oh, this game is lovely. That's him, isn't it? Ole Einar. So he can play both sides. So we could get him in cheap, and he can play on both sides. So that let's sell 11.7 million. Yeah, we'll take that because he's rubbish. We'll take that. And they want to buy Brooks for 18 million. We'll take that as well. So we should have about 50 million pounds here, which should be good spending money. And if we look at, let's go to, can I buy Kumala? Can I bring in Kumalo? Let's have a look. Is Kumalo available? Kumalo. Oh, he's not even in the database here, unfortunately. That's bad. Never mind. Esposito. We could bring Esposito in. He's a really good midfielder. Very good mentors. Good technical player. We could bring him in for 5 mil. Strengthen up the midfield. We got to look for a striker. Langstaff, I hear you cry, Langstaff. Adebayo, I don't think so. Really, 18 and 20. What's his base now, Aina? I mean, he looks like he's a decent player. 17 and 17. He could do a job for us. Striker I need, though, most of all. 18 million. Kasper Dolberg. Too much. He's not good enough for 18 million, if you ask me. Chris McKee is available on a free, but we know why. So, in terms of... Esposito is definitely someone we can bring in. Carvalho, left winger. Looks much better than what we've got, so we could bring in a left winger. There's so much we could do with this money. It's a striker I want. Let's go to scouted players. Let's go to and look for a striker. We want to bang some money on the table here. But see, they haven't really found a decent striker either. It's just so bad. They've found nothing in terms of a striker. Who's this guy? C. He's a C+. He's not very good. A couple of A's. He's a winger more than a striker. Would be a decent right winger to bring in. and wouldn't cost the earth. Oh, you would. 15 million. But we're going to have about 50 million in the bank very soon. So if we can find a striker, because Esposito would do really well, then we could bring in that wing back who can cover on either side. And gives us a ton of money for a winger, a striker, maybe even another defender, central defender. Who's there in the central defender? Have I got one on my short list? Carvalho is 2.5 million. See, nice player. 2.5 million. We could really do this squad from. So we don't have a central defender either. Who have they been scouting? It's like, what have you been scouting? Let's take that off and goes to central defenders. We've only got 4 there. Mosquero is a central defender. Average, I guess. Would be a very, very good signing though for the future. He's 22 years old. Technique is awful. The rest of it, you got this Dominguez, nowhere near the finished article. 21 years old. I guess the game's saying buy young or we're not playing. If I go here and look at central defenders, I really would love to buy someone who's exceptionally good. Oh, he's available. He's available cheap. Needs to work on his technique a little bit, but and his strength. He's not very strong, but he's only 21. He'd be a good player. So let's put him on the short list as well. And let's go and play Chelsea because we haven't got any money in yet. But we've got 3 players who hopefully will be leaving the club. And I don't know who he is. Oh, staff. So Max Aarons, Brandon Williams, and who's the other one? Brooks. That would give it. This is going to give it. If they go, they would give us a lot of money. But I'm pretty sure that they'll say, no, I don't want to leave. We'll reject all the offers. Because I'm pretty sure the game doesn't want me to have that kind of money. Ibrahim, who's he? Technical director. This is mad. This is absolutely mad. In the meantime, I'm still in 18th and I'm really struggling to hold on to my job. So the transfers may count for nothing, especially with Manchester City next in the Premier League, may count for nothing as I get sacked. And whoever comes in after me will get that money. Because at the moment, if we have a look at the club vision, to become they're still satisfied. But we're going to have to beat Manchester City. Otherwise, they'll start looking a bit disappointed. I just give up. Is the game winding me up again? Ha ha ha. Before you get all this money, we're going to sack you. Is that what it's doing? Might be. Offers made for Higgins, 17-year-old. I don't think he's got it, mate. I don't think he's got what it takes, and I think the fans will be extremely disappointed with that. Loan offer for Senezai. If I loan him out, I have to. I'm going to reject it. Is he transfer listed? I think he might be transfer listed. Yeah, loan status. We'll just put unavailable for loan. Because lots of teams want to buy him. 34 million. I mean, we got to get him in. So we'll reject that loan offer. It's like rebuilding a team in the January transfer window. Subban. Oh, okay. I don't need to interfere with that. That's the technical director's job. Skip the draw. We don't want to see the draw. I guess when you're playing this game, if you're a first-time player, and there are quite a few this year, this is all probably really exciting. Reading. Well, we're not going to beat Chelsea, so... Breno, is he back? Breno is back. I'll just go along with what he says. I have to, because I don't even know who the best team is anymore. I know we have to make sure we've got fullbacks on the bench. And you see very craftily he's given me only one fullback on the bench. Just check what he does. Jacob Greaves. Wait a minute. I don't want Jacob Greaves. So he's got both of these playing. We'll go along with what he wants, but I do want S-Brand. No, I don't. I'm going to play S-Brand. And then put... Who's the other one? Where's my right back? Adams. I'm going to put Adams as the right back. And we're going to put Wagner in midfield just until the window closes so that he can't be recalled. Change the right winger. These two, Kluivert and Anthony, are just as bad as each other. And what else can I do? Not a lot, really. Let's give Sensei a game. And then Bayomo can come on there. He's an extra fullback. That's the extra fullback that I wanted. There's my central, and where's my other defender gone? Lloyd Kelly. And let's play Caceres. Why not? Let's give them a game. And Parrott. Jaden Anthony, Alex Scott. Lakonga. And let's bring Lakonga in. And that should be Wagner. I'm not quite sure whether I should just let him go back. He's pretty poor. Let's give him a shot as a box-to-box. See how he gets on. If he doesn't do much better than he's been doing, he might as well go back, to be fair. Hey, Nicola. Try with an inverted wing back on support on the left side. I did try it in the last game. We lost 3-0. That's what I did last time. Put him as an inverted wing back on support, and we lost 3-0. And I could see what you were doing, because we had a attacking centre mid here, which would leave a lot of space in here, which he will then come into. So we'll go with it again, although I've changed him to a box-to-box now. And yeah, we did try it, and it didn't unfortunately work. But it's just the way it is sometimes. And when I've got my 50 million in, we can get on with strengthening this hopeless team. And maybe if we strengthen, I do believe this game is just simply about get the best players. Your tactic is irrelevant. whatever else you do in the game is irrelevant. If you've got the best players, you win. And that's why I was so successful in Hiroshima, so successful in Indonesia, so successful in South Africa, and in my first season in Brazil. Couldn't lose a game. We had the best players, and that's pretty much what the game is about. Now there is a boy, 24 years old, 5-star potential. Now the game's starting to play fair. So we'll put him on the short list. We're definitely interested in him. But you watch, not all of these players are going to be willing to go. I don't like this tackle harder. I don't think they're good enough. But we shall see. Got a lot of attacking players down the right-hand side. So I'm going to switch this. And he can go as an inside forward on attack. And we'll have the attacking midfield in there. We'll just switch that up a little bit. Your tactic, I might even put your tactic in, Nicola, because your tactic looked awesome. Some of the games that I played with it, and I always play a couple, it was really good football. Obviously, the same applied when the opposition got the ball. They scored. But when the football that they played looked really good on the screen. So let's see how we get on against Chelsea, shall we? I expect it will be a hammering. I shouldn't be playing positive, should I? Should be playing a little bit more balanced. Well done, well defended. And I'm just gonna... Oh, for goodness sake, who gave that ball away now? I don't quite know whose highlight this is, whether it's ours or theirs. We keep giving the ball away, so it's difficult to know. I'm going to have a look at the instructions here, which are pretty standard. I'm going to hold shape in this game and push the line up, because I don't think that the standard line is working very well. So I'll push the line up. But it's just like this game to go and give us a cup win against Chelsea. It would be this game to a T. Not like that it won't. What was that now? Right, I think maybe we need to go narrower as well. One highlight, one goal. It never changes. Oh, it is being checked for offside. Now, the inverted wing back doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. And in fact, he's been caught out of position there. I can't think of anything else to do. We just there we go. One shot, one goal again. One highlight. And if we actually go to extended, somebody said to me it's exactly the same. So go to extended highlights, it'd be exactly the same apparently. I can't think of anything else that we can do. I perhaps want to tell the goalkeeper not to pass it to, but to distribute it up front, or distribute over the opposition defence, because just farting about at the back is not helpful. Match speed between highlights is very slow, and we've scored. Traore, who's had a 6.4 all season, during highlights. Is that fast, or I don't know what that is. Okay, so we're back in this game. It would be just like this game, wouldn't it? One highlight each, one goal each, one shot each, one shot on target each. Come on, boys. We can do this. We got this. Don't get tired. You're not doing anything. So why are you getting so tired? Oh, God. Well, that was a strange sort of pass. But it seems to have worked for them. Go on, son. Get stuck into him. Sterling is causing us all kinds of problems down that right-hand side. 2 highlights, 2 goals. Oh, God. Right, Sterling. He is supposed to be type marked. He's just not doing it. I think what we might have to do... We can't have these fullbacks closing down because they're not good enough. Just we got back into the game. You see how they've had 7 shots, but they've had 2 highlights. And both of them has resulted in goals. It's something to think about, Andy. But and I'm playing through a season. If I actually wasn't doing YouTube and I'm playing through a season, then I would just do that. Oh, God. 3 highlights, 3 goals. I mean, I am like, do I need any more proof than this? It's just, and this is in extended highlights now. And if we have a look at when the thing pops up, the tablet pops up again, you'll see they've had about 8 or 9, but they've only shown 3. And this is bizarre. So they've had 8 and they've shown 3 and they've scored 3 times. Oh, and they've missed one, but it's not finished yet. Oh, well, I suppose one day the goalkeeper has to make a save. Let's go positive, why not? But I'm not quite sure that having him as an inverted wing-back is the best thing to do. Full-back on support might be better. We're just getting... like 11 shots. They've had 4 highlights now, 3 goals. I'm just like wondering, if you put it on full match, would you see all 11 of their highlights? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's time to change the tactic again. Well, we've just done that. I might load up Nicolas' tactic. See how that fares. Because this game's got me beat now at the moment. How did we get here? Yeah, we did. Okay, yeah. Just thinking, I don't remember giving a half-time team talk. Oh, Andy, we're talking about the woodwork. They've hit the woodwork. So that's 5 highlights they've had with 3 goals. Which is what, and I've always maintained, when I measured it, it was 66%. And now they're at 50%. That's because they're just hammering us into the ground. Who's not doing it this time? Oh, Breno's on a 6.4. Fantastic. These Bournemouth players are not this bad. I watched them this afternoon. They were not that bad. Senesai just decided to give him a game. He's rubbish. He's going to be sold anyway. But whatever. Whatever is whatever. We have been beaten, there's no doubt about it. And on the face of it, I don't mind being beaten. We've been beaten by a better team. It's just the number of highlights they show. And it just does not make any sense to me. I think you might be right. If I had time, Andy, I'd play them all in full match. Because then it has to show everything. And then it would feel more like a football match. Because this doesn't feel like you're watching a football match. You're watching the goals. Except for when we are attacking, you're watching everything then. You watch all our misses when we are attacking. So it's kind of weird. And Wagner just need to get through until the end of the transfer window, and then Wagner will never play again. He'll just sit on the bench. And gives us a consolation like 5 minutes before the end. I mean, come on. What am I going to do? Get excited now here? But I know it's not going to make any difference. If I thought that it would make a difference, I would get excited. But it's not going to. Key highlights also doesn't let you... It doesn't give you enough time to get into the game. There we go. Told you it wouldn't make any difference. Consolation goal. Just makes the scoreline more respectable. Out of the cup now. Manchester City next. It doesn't get any prettier, does it? 3 days, so we got to rest them. Although they're not very tired. They obviously didn't put any effort in. But let's rest them anyway. Well, where are these transfers then, FM? Are you going to wait until the last couple of days before the transfer window? Is that what FM's going to do? And then I'm going to have to panic to bring players in. They were very keen signing my players, and now they've got the offer accepted. They're not bothered anymore. Yeah, and before YouTube, I used to watch every game in either full match or comprehensive, and maybe I'd start in full match, and when we were 3-0 up, I'd switch to comprehensive. Key highlights is nonsense. You're just at the mercy of the... He's agreed to join Damak. How much are we going to get? 4.8? Because of all these... Have they reduced my... We're only going to get 40%. They've reduced it. I didn't even know they'd reduced it. This game. Well, I've told him he can go now. So we're not going to bring in lots of nice players. So we might as well get sacked. Because that really has pissed me off now. I had no idea they'd reduced the finances. That's really annoyed me. I don't remember getting an email saying we've reduced it from 100. So if they're going to play like that, we're just going to play through the season. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up. I'm going to go for it. We're going to load up Nicola's tactic here. Because I just like the way it played. And we're going to see if a team that got Luton, a tactic that got Luton up to... Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. It got Luton up to the 8th or 9th. We'll see if this tactic can do it. Are you ready for this, Nicola? Brandon Williams? I don't think so. I don't think so. The final one. This is what we have. We're using your tactic. You're either going to save Bournemouth or it isn't going to work. Why isn't Lokonga not on the bench? He's one of the better players. All right, he's not playing very well, but he's playing better than some of the others. And it's like we are willing to try anything. So who do I want to play? Do I want those two clowns? I don't have much choice actually, so we'll leave those two clowns. And now this is where set to move. Yeah, let's get rid of them all. Let's get rid of them all. Because they're all rubbish. And then the game has to help me then. If I sell all the players, Nets wants to stay. It's not my concern. Morale is really poor. I'm going to have to check the... check the dynamics. I think the dynamics are still awful. They have been all season, so nothing I can do. It'll be just like Burnley. If we survive this, it'll just one day it'll turn into the dynamics being perfect. We still only have 5 players wanting to leave, but club atmosphere is poor. The question is more, do I have a striker in the team? Parrot. Let's have a look. How tall is he? He is 185 centimeters. Is that tall? And then Mukoko is 180. So Parrot is the tallest. And he has jumping reach of 13, but his heading is poor. Which doesn't surprise me. Quatera is small. He's going to be 177. 7'3". Makuko has got to be the best complete forward of the two. Parrot can't do one of the roles, let alone. The problem I have is that in the wing backs situation, because I only have 2 players who can play wing back, which is probably not a good thing. Adams can play as a wing back, and Esperant can. So I have 2 players either side who can play wing backs. So that's probably it gets vertigo. So we're going to try this because it looked good to me when I tested it. No, we're not changing back. Attacking to balanced. Should I go attacking or take the balanced option that it's Manchester City? But if we go attacking, we might just shock them to death. Let's do it. This might break the match engine. Let's do it. Nobody's expecting anything, so just get out there. Do the stuff. Give the ball to Parrot because he's an exceptional forward. He'll bag a hat-trick if you give him the ball. And this game would be the dumbest game ever if we actually do go and win this. I mean, like, no way. But we have got the ball, but we've given it away. Which is what my players seem to like to do. One highlight, one goal. My players just seem to love giving the ball away, like every game. Oh, but like, who's this idiot now? Like, let's give it to Haaland in space. Freebie. One highlight, one goal. If that had been a highlight for us, it would have been ballooned over the bar. So I'm not quite sure about this attacking, but if it's an attacking system, and if you can't play defensively with a very attacking system, that's not going to work. Generous? They're just generous to a fault, Andy. He just gives the ball away all the time. But like, I thought I was going to be getting 50 million in. I'm more like it going to be getting 10 million. And it's when they changed that, I don't know. I really don't know. So I think I'd prefer to get sacked. Because since... Oh, you're offside, you donkey. Since Notts County won titles first season, second season, third season was excellent. The game switched. It went bang, you're not doing this anymore. And since then, it's been an absolute nightmare. But it is what it is. Oh, go on, Parrot. I've always said you're a great forward. And he's gone and equalised. I always rated Parrot. It's just like, what a super forward he is. Let's go and do some more opposition stuff. Oh, God. Takes us out of the relegation zone again. Can we have Manchester City make a few errors here? Give us couple of gifts. We've given gifts to teams for the last 3 games as far as I'm aware. So come on, let's get some gifts back. It's coming near to Christmas after all. See, and I don't like that either, because Manchester City had the ball, they were passing it nicely, and it just stopped it. Don't do that. Oof, we nearly took the lead. But of course it was too much to ask. We have 3 highlights and 2 goals. That was too much to ask, wasn't it? We don't get the same generosity. Yep, I'm very happy. It's about time I was able to say I'm happy with what you're doing. Come on, we got this. We can beat Manchester City here. Like, putting the team in a system that they have never played in before. And then attacking Manchester City. Can you believe this? I know the game likes you to switch your tactics sometimes, but it's ridiculous. Right. And it's much more intense. The tactic is much more intense, but they are fitter after 63 minutes than they were with the other one. Tyler Adams is struggling, so Lokonga will make a very nice volante. Max Aarons is not playing very well. Can Lloyd Kelly play there? Not really. But what was the point of putting him on the bench then? Esbrand can play there. And Alex Scott is also playing poorly. Can Wagner play as a roaming playmaker? Probably, I doubt it. Just not got the passing really, has he? But might do a good job of it. Jaden Anthony is not ever getting a game again. Billing. He could probably do it. He could do it, Billing. And Makuko's playing all right. So for once, I don't have to sub the forward. So I made a couple of changes. You see how, like, this is a much more intense tactic, but they're not as tired. I don't get it. They should be absolutely exhausted chasing Manchester City around. It's been a fairly even game. In fact, yeah. We're just about edging the XG. That's really interesting. So one of the forwards is tired. Cliver can play as a striker. Not quite sure how good he will be as a complete forward, though. Probably rubbish. But he can play as a striker. And Parrott is also tired, but I don't have another striker I can put in there. Which means I desperately need Esprand is on a 6.5. He's only just come on though, hasn't he? So let's see. There's not much I can do about Parrott. He's going to have to get tired. So attacking perhaps is the way to go. Because we've been playing perhaps far too sensibly. And maybe you're not supposed to play the game sensibly. You're supposed to go all out attack. Well, there you go. 1-1 against Manchester City. No. We put them in a formation that was totally alien to them against the best team in the land. They got a 1-1 result. Come on. So the next game, Brentford, is on the 12th, so we do need to rest them again. Stay home and don't get injured tripping over the cat. So how much money have we got now? We have 9.5 million. Is that enough to bring in that boy now? Is that enough to bring in that wing back? If I can find him. Where's he gone? Aina. So he can play as a wing back on either side. But I don't think we've got enough money, have we? Let's go and talk to his agent. They're very keen. Between 700 and 8.4. Well, give me a good range. I think we need to bring him in. We're on the same page. We'd prefer the 700 though. We'd prefer that one. Let's suggest that. 4. It's a bit stiff, that. Let's go 2.5. There we go. So let's bring in a wing back. If we're going to play in this system, we need better wing backs. He's got pace, and that's why as a complete wing back on attack, he might do well. It doesn't matter about anything else. He's just got pace. What? Nottingham Forest. That's the. We're gonna not means we're not gonna get it now, is it? Oh well, thanks very much. That's what makes that a 50-50, and there aren't many wing backs available. But if we can get him in, that'll still give me money, enough money to get Esposito in. He'd be a good signing. Brentford. Brentford, eh? Well, I'm going to go with this tactic. Let's... Oh, and he's not arguing with the team selection. The Bournemouth hierarchy appear to be finally losing patience. A bad result against Brentford in the forthcoming match could seal his fate. Oh, well, that's... having just got out of the... Are we back in there? Yeah, we just somehow managed to sneak back in there. 3 points here, though, could save our job. So I'm not getting that interview to say, can you turn this around, then? Oh, I tell you what, getting sacked will be just a blessing. Absolute blessing. And then the thing to do is to accept a job and then resign immediately. Within a couple of weeks, resign, and then accept another job and resign again, because that really screws up the game engine. I know you're struggling. That's made him happy. You put the effort in. Aina has joined the club. There's no sign of our other boys going out there, which would help to strengthen the squad. Oh, I should have smelled a rat when all that stuff happened within 3 days to get the job for Bournemouth. I should have smelled a rat. It doesn't happen that quickly. So, Aina, where are you? There you are. Why is Tapia not... I can't actually get him in at the moment. Who's on the way out? I can't get him in at the moment. Have I got Aina in? Because he might as well go straight into the team. Yeah, he's in. What's in here? So this is it. This could be it, this Brentford game. I'm relying on your tactic, Nicola, to... Let's put Aina in for Brandon Williams. I agree with you. Balanced to positive. Yeah, let's go to it. Let's go for it. We should be going attacking anyway, not... When we switch to attacking, Aina can come in for Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams can go onto the bench for Lloyd Kelly. There's no point in having Lloyd Kelly. If we survive, Lloyd Kelly might have to be sold. Easy, you reckon? No pressure on this. Hard, like... Do you know, like, it's... The last time I got sacked was FM21. I checked back. FM21. It's part of the game. If you're a football manager, at some point you'll get sacked. I just feel this has been a very strange save, going from, like, we were doing so well, and then suddenly, like that, it just went bad. Who's in the yellow? Bournemouth. So we are the better team at the moment. But we have to accept that... oh, I haven't done the... Oh, well, this is it then, is it? Although, don't you normally get, like, called in to see the board, and they say, like, come on, what are you going to do about this? And then you tell them, well, I'm going to turn this round in the next month. Don't you normally get that? This board is not allowing me that either. We've been the better team, but once again, we can't get shots on target. And once again, I can't see how the tactic is playing. have a look at how these guys... Oh, Aarons has got himself injured, has he? Well, lucky I put Brandon Williams on the bench then, wasn't it? I mean, it looks nice. And that's what I... and that's what I saw when I was testing it. This is good, Nikolai. I mean, it's even making Makuko look good. So, this is interesting, is it? But we had this when we changed the tactic last time. We won 2 games. When we changed the tactic last time to the 3 at the back, we won 2 games and then started losing them all again. So... it's just maybe what this game wants you to do is to attack. Don't try to defend in FM anymore. Just attack. I just... oh, Aina hit the bar. Nice to see the new signing taking a pop from distance. I like that. So you need to tell them we can ease... is that putting the pressure on the players? We can ease everyone's worries if we win today, especially mine. I'm happy with your defensive work. You weren't that bad, but you can improve. Keep going. That's like I mean, look at... we have absolutely annihilated them. But there's still time for FM. Because we actually haven't seen a highlight from Brentford yet. We've seen only highlights from Bournemouth. So when they get a highlight, it's going to worry me a great deal. Time to make some changes. Scott is tired. Alex Scott is tired. Billing did a good job for him last time. Makuko is very tired, so Clivert will have to come in and do that job again. We'll leave that at that. Evening, Blob. How are you doing, my friend? You're just in time to see me getting the sack, possibly. If we don't win this, we'll get sacked. But we are 1-0 up with 20 minutes to go. But here's Brentford's highlight. Oh, no. But it's not a highlight for Brentford. We've won the ball. But it is now. Go on, Clivert. Do so. Yes, go on, Parrot. Oh, no. That means we're probably going to not win this now. Right, needs to make some more changes. Buzzing with City. Siri. Shame about... it's part of the game. I've got to desperately make some changes here. Tyler Adams is very tired. Lakongo can come in here. I know the forwards are getting very tired, but not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. The right wing I don't have. Jaden Anthony is not going to get any game time. I don't know what to do about these boys. I just don't have the personnel really to play this tactic. Can he play at all on... well, he can play out there. It's only for 15 minutes. Do your best, son. No. Do your best. And Parrot, there's nothing I can do about a forward. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but we've just got to keep attacking, keep getting all the highlights. We've had all of the game. They've only had one shot during the whole game, and this is why I feel like we might have this stolen from us. A win will take us out of the drop zone, put the pressure off again. City, no, they didn't play anyone decent today, Andy. Just some rubbish mid-table team. That was really special. So we've had a draw against City, and now we've beaten Brentford. 2 games we have no right to win. But in all fairness, City were always going to win that game. Absolutely always going to win that game. And so, you know, like, defensively for 75 minutes, I thought United did really well. And at one point, before City equalised, I thought if they defend like that for 90 minutes, they'll win it. Because I just felt they could score breakaway goals. Rashford missed 2 terrible opportunities. Garnacho missed I don't know how many. They could have scored on the break, and defensively they were doing really well. But in the end, City just overpower teams, and that's what they did. They just overpowered us. But it wasn't to be. So, what do I need to do now? Any sign of these boys actually leaving? Because I'm still going to need to bring a midfielder in. But I'm also going to need to, if I'm going to stick with this, I'm going to need to sell players. Onana was getting injured today. I think he was feigning injury a bit. But I wasn't very happy with Klopp at one point. Not Klopp, with Pep at one point. Because Mainu, just before half-time, he got hit full on the face. I don't know if you saw it. He got hit full on the face with the ball. And he went down and refused to go off for treatment. He got back up and refused to go for treatment. Now, I think that should be, if it's a head injury, they have to have treatment. But the referee was unwilling to let the physios onto the pitch to treat him. So Maino decided, okay, I'll just stay on, and didn't go off. And so both the referee misread that, and Pep really got angry with Mainu. And I wonder if one of his players had been floored by a ball in the face, whether he'd have been angry with his own player. So I was a bit annoyed with Pep about that. It was really unsporting behaviour. And if managers are going to behave like that, then the players will copy them. So not acceptable. But there we go. That's my Manchester City rant over for today. They didn't look good, Blob, in the first half. They looked very poor. And it kind of... Who said to sign? A fitness coach. And it kind of like... Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Blob. And Ben and I talked about this in the podcast a while back, that the game's too soft. Way too soft. And like... I remember when I was playing football, even you get smacked on the head with the ball, you get up and give your head a shake and you get on with it. And we talked about that, and it's probably more to do with insurance than anything else that players go down. More importantly, we have to still win. We still have to get points here against Leeds. Mark Goldbridge is Mark Goldbridge, and I've watched him a few times just to watch him rant, because he's unreasonable and he's reactive, and like if somebody has a bad game, he wants to sell them. Like that, like he went through a whole season of blaming Fred for everything, and then one season Fred was really playing well, and then he was doing what I do. I've always rated Fred. Was a really good player, had a great game today. He's just reactive, and luckily I don't support football anymore to that extent. I don't support Manchester United to that extent. And a winger, we could do with getting a winger in, couldn't we? We might have to buy young players if we don't get this money in soon. So, yeah, Goldbridge, he's always moaning. If Man United won the World Cup, it wouldn't be enough for him. He moaned about De Gea, and then De Gea became the greatest player for him ever. He moaned about Fred. He moaned about McTominay. Now, and the other day I saw him ranting about how wonderful McTominay was. He's just reactive. He doesn't see bigger pictures. He sees what happens on one particular day. So if he was expecting to beat Manchester City today, then good luck to him. There was no way we were going to beat Manchester City today. But I thought they did a reasonable job. It was back to the wall defending, and they did a reasonable job. And Brandon Williams, yeah, we'll stick to the same team simply because I don't have anybody else who can come in and do the job. But Makuko's really suffering. Brandon Williams, he wants Aina on the right. No, Brandon Williams is injured, you twit. He doesn't even. He supports United because it gets him. He's a Forest fan, is he? Oh, okay. I thought he was an ex-policeman. I have to say I've watched him before, but just sometimes just to see him rant like that because it's quite funny. It must be as funny as sometimes as watching me complain. I think people get pleasure out of watching people in pain, and I think sometimes when I play this game, I'm so much in pain, and I think people love watching it. I know I do. When it's not something that's serious, when it's just a computer game, it's funny. Or when it's a football match. If it's something serious, you don't want to see people in pain. In pain mean I'm like when you're playing. I think it is quite funny to watch him sometimes because he's too intense. No, I agree with you. It's way, and he's not the only one. There's one that's even worse than him. And he is like really bad. He's so unforgiving of everything that he's just a joke, really. And now there is a woman doing it as well, and she's just as bad. Yes, be passionate about your club, but the internet doesn't give you the right to be abusive to people. And that's what they think. They're all very brave on the internet, but not quite sure how they'd stand up in real life. But there we go. We need to we're back down into 16th now. See, when we were down the bottom, when we were losing all these games, the other teams were not winning. Now that we're winning, the other teams are winning all the time. It's like the other teams don't have to follow what we do. It's okay. They can play their own game. Max Aarons, if he's fit, we'll go for it then. Why are we stuck imbalanced now? We are attacking now. This is what we do now. So come on, boys. You've got this. Let's go. We've won one game now and drawn one. We are not going to win this game. No way are we going to win this game. Cunha to mark tightly. That's better. Different to your first lot. There's no way that we are going to be allowed to win this game. But changing the tactic to Nicola's tactic has got us 4 points out of 6 so far. I did say that I was going to give this a try. That's why I'm always polite. I did say, you're never polite to me, Andy, are you? I did say I was going to give, when I wrote back to you in the email, Nicola, I did say I was going to try this tactic out, and it's come faster than I thought it was going to be. It was forced on me by the threat of the sack. Oh, I tell you what, that Aina is a good buy, isn't he? He's like done 2 assists in his first 2 games. We're winning this one. Well, we're a goal up. I tell you what, that Aina is a bit of a player. What a marvellous spot by the manager. And who tucked that in? Tyler Adams, of all people. We're surely not going to win 3 on the bounce and go up to 12th. Oh, surely not. Two shots, 2 on target. That is exactly what you want to see. Winning the possession battle. Pass completion is reasonable. This is exactly how you want to see your stats. Don't want it to fall any lower than that, but 66% is very nice. Match momentum is all with us. We are pushing Leeds back. 75% now. It's all looking nice, but 1-0 is not enough. Oh, we've insanely dominated this game. Happy with your defensive work. You weren't that bad. Keep going. Keep going. Although forwards are not playing particularly well. So who was getting these shots on target then? We're still the better team. There's no highlights going on here. The game's not being very... I think the game heard me and it's now not being generous on highlights to anybody. I swear to God this game does hear what you say. Absolutely annihilating them. But, Leeds have got a highlight. So we need to win the ball to stop it becoming a highlight. This might do it. No. Well, stop it becoming a highlight. We got to stop this. It's too late. It is a highlight now. Oh, 1 highlight, 1 goal. Oh, please. Oh, you are kidding me. 1 highlight, 1 goal. And if people don't believe what I've been saying, you can see it for yourself. It's just ridiculous. Right, okay, Makuka is having a terrible time again. You might as well not worry when they have a highlight because you know they're going to score. So don't worry about it. But it's just disconcerting. Wagner, can he play anywhere, this boy? You can't use any of those in this tactic. Better off leaving. Lokonga for Adams. No, Adams is playing well. Let's play Lokonga as the... Max Aarons, of course, is playing like a bull donkey again. Solanke, yeah, he probably would, Nicola. He's big guy. You feel my pain, do you? It's only this year. This year, I mean, look how much we've dominated. And it's one highlight, one goal again for the opposition. This is what annoys me so much. It's got to show the game in a better way. Let's bring him on. He hasn't had a game for a while. Traore. Can't play in where I need him to, so he's never going to get a game again. But 1-1 against Leeds. Probably not a bad result. 14th in the table, who would have thought that? Oh God, don't give the ball away, that's all I ask. I do not want Leeds to have a highlight. Doesn't matter whether we have one or not. Oh! He done it again. And that's Wagner. I just brought him on just thinking he cannot play in this system. It is LH, it's absolutely shocking. But this tactic, we just changed it to, is, well, working a treat. It's played 3 now, 1-2, drawn 1. And saved me from the sack. Oh, boy, 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 boy. Oh, no, please don't give Leeds a highlight. Oh! Oh, they can't score every set piece. That's it, game done. Another 3 points. Well done, lads. Not at your best, that's what he said. So if this is going to work, so we're now up to 12th. Is the board now saying there's the pressure's off you? Because we need to find some players, because I need a striker. And I need to get rid of some. So we need to sell players. Players who can't ever play for us again. Like Traore. He can't ever play in this system again. 57 million. It's transfer listing him. Transfer status. Transfer listed. He may not react well, but that's too bad. Well, there's no way I can play him. Who else can't be played? Lloyd Kelly has to be transfer listed. He can't get a game. $28 million. Wagner, he can go back. I can't do anything about him. Quatera can play on the right wing. Senesi is on the way out, isn't he? Anthony, he can't play in this system either. We have to sell him. $26 mil. We just decimating this team. Well, now what's up? Discuss with Traore. Can't find a place for you. That's the way it is. Just go. So who is this now? He's about to leave as well. Did we get any money for him, Zarbanil? In fact, I don't think there's going to be any players left here. What's this? Oh no, he's renewing his contract. Which is just as well. He needs to play a few more games, that boy. Traore can be as upset as he likes because I can't play him. There is no position that he can play in this new tactic. Jaden Anthony. Loan offers. I don't want to loan him. So let's go to Anthony's page. Transfer status, loan status, unavailable for loan. Daft Bats, get your wallets out and buy him. No, we're not loaning. We're not loaning. We want to get some money in so we can buy some players in. Traore, what do you? I've just told you, you have no future. They weren't offering enough money for you. I don't want to be that. 57 million is his price. We need to get rid of him, so there's no point in putting the price up. We'll decimate this squad now. Sturm Graz. Interesting. We are third in the Europa League, and this is the time when normally it would have us lose. Aina's not registered for this, of course. Oh, all the wing backs are not registered. Well, that's handy. So Lloyd Kelly's going to have to play there, even though he can't. Why was Brandon Williams unregistered? S-Brand can actually play there. So this is the time normally when they will you will lose games now. So we should normally lose against the two next, and then that will force us down the table so that we will end up here. We'll be in the... We'll qualify, but we'll finish here and be in the playoffs. That was normally will happen. However, we have changed this tactic now, and this has kind of turned things around a little bit. And with it might not be. So I need to somehow put some players on the bench here, don't I? I don't have any wing backs. They're going to have to play through. Kelly can play as a last resort, I guess. And Aina can't. So we're just going to have to fill up the bench with anybody, really. Greaves isn't registered. And Billing. Sumare is registered. Although he can't actually fit into the team very well. And Jaden Anthony. Who's Wilson? Oh, Noah Crisp. Okay. So I very much doubt. I'm trying to predict this now. 24.5 million for Lloyd Kelly. Accept that. There's cash coming in, but it's not coming in fast enough to register players for the next phase. Right, wait a minute. Let's find out first how much money we got. Only 6 million. It's not enough. Let's do this registration. Aina has to be registered. Brandon Williams needs to be registered. Quatera needs to be registered. Can't do that. Noah Crisp could come in. Lloyd Kelly, of course, we don't need him there. Noah Crisp is trained at the club. Let's try that now. Oh, bollocks. If I do auto select, what do we get? Who's left out? S. Brandy. He has to be in. He's a wing back. I don't have any wing backs. I need wing backs in there. I've got Brandon Williams. Who's the other one? Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Favre, he can play on that wing. I'm not quite sure what to do here. Let's just go. I haven't got time because people will just think time is just do what the game suggests. I don't have time to sit there and go through it. Who is this? Oh, that's all right. He no longer wants to leave the club and then gets injured. I'm not really bothered about dynamics. That's not going to improve until we survive. So, do we think we can beat Sturm Graz? Possibly. Or Aina can play now. And Kluivert instead of... Kluivert can't play there, can he? Yes, he can. Kluivert be useful there. And Aina instead of... Is it Lloyd? I don't know what's going on the bench here. And Aina can come in for Esbrand. Esbrand can go on the bench. Brandon Williams can go on the bench. There's plenty of wing back cover. So maybe with the change of tactic, we will win this. We should win it, given that we've beaten pretty much... Oh, Parrott is injured now. That's not good news. Would benefit from more playing time. Don't even know who they are. So Parrott's injured. I could give him an injection, but that's not going to help. We're going to have to play... someone up top who can't play up top. Now he's unregistered again. Tapia can come on the bench. Parrott is injured. Who's the other one? Kluivert will go where Parrott is. And Favre will come in here. Meffam is tired, needs a rest. In fact, probably a lot of these players need a rest. Where's my other? And then I think we'll probably rest one more. I want to play Lakonga, so we'll rest Adams. So that, interestingly, looking at that league table, we're going down the table again because suddenly out of nowhere we're winning, but everybody else is winning as well. This game is rigged to the hilt. They don't have to win just because we are winning. So where are we now in the table? How far down did we fall? Just one place, because Everton now decided they needed to win. What a game. And yep, we want to be attacking anyway. I need to adjust that. It got adjusted for Manchester City and has stayed there. I think we're done. Just check he's got this right. So I think there's a chance we will draw or possibly even win this game. Normally I would say we would lose this because it's about time we started losing in Europe. So I would say this is a game, because we've changed the tactic, we might have a chance. Because they're not, I don't think they're that good a team. Although, here we go. They've got a highlight at the beginning. That doesn't bode well. But we've stolen the ball, have we? Yes, we have. Makuku's off. Oh, what Clivert, what a manager, what a decision to put Clivert in there. This tactic is insane. Nicola, this tactic is absolutely insane. There is no way that Bournemouth should be winning these games with a system like this. And I was amazed when Luton were doing so well with this. There's no way that this team should be getting as many points using a really attacking system like this. They'd be so open at the back. But it's working a treat. And now we're back up to third in the Europa League. Go on, we can really punish them. Oh. How come the opposition don't do that? It's very, very rare when the opposition just completely miss the target like that. Very rare. But we are doing it. And again, they have not been in the game. And this tactic somehow prevents the opposition from having shots on goal. Penalty, ref? No. Not a penalty. Win the ball, that's it. See, that doesn't count as a highlight for them now. Because it was a turnover. Go on, we're in again. Go on. Oh, he missed his pass then, Makuko. Still need one more forward, don't we? Clivert will do a good job filling in, but we need one more with Parrott and Makuko. Oh yeah, Makuko has made it 2-0. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. No. Even Max Aarons is having a good game now. I just wonder what the familiarity is like. If we go and have a look at the tactic, wonder what is the familiarity? That would be like, this is insane. But Aston Villa and Newcastle, they must be both winning as well. Go on, win the ball, that's it. We're certainly taking the ball off them in midfield. Go on, chance. Get it into the box. It's Lakonga. Oh, nice one, 3-0. 3-0. Oh, my good lord. Who actually scored that one? Who is this? Is it the central defender? Yes, it's the central defender. Wide centre back. I think he's the one on attack, isn't he? Oh boy. If Newcastle and Aston Villa could lose, please, that would be really nice. We could go top of the league. Which makes a nonsense of the Premier League stuff. It was good to give some of these boys a rest, wasn't it? This team has taken to the pitch. Oh. Oh boy. It's awesome. I really liked it when I was testing it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's now 4-0. I said to Nicola in an email back to him, I said it was really good. The reason why yours, Andy, is still top is because you won the Carabao Cup with Brighton. Otherwise it would have scored the same points as Nicola. But this one just, it's like, I don't know why it's working yet, but I did reply to him and said, I want to try this out in a save of my own because it's really cool. And I don't know why it's working so well. It's like, it's insane, really. Oh, Lakonga's got himself injured now. See, the game doesn't like it that we're doing so well, so it's just decided, let's injure the players then. The game doesn't like it. It's having a sulk. So let's injure some of his players. That'll take the smile off his face. Look at these scores. Because this is Bournemouth team, as we've seen previously, they're terrible. So how are they doing this in this system? And then they're not even getting out of breath at the moment. It's just bizarre. It's bonkers. We're giving away too many set pieces, though. That's it. Hoof it. Look inside. Nice. Nicely done. Just play your own game. I don't know what I'm doing, so you just go out there and play your own game. That's a nice ball. This boy at wing back is probably a good buy. Cheap and is doing the business. Penalty, ref. He's given it. But is it inside? I thought it was inside. That's why I shouted penalty. Looked inside to me. Oh, come on. Oh, you'd at least send him off. Go on. Another one. Not to be. It's time to make some changes, I think. Very, very soon. What are we in highlights-wise? Key highlights. I can't figure out why there are so many. And they're not really that great, the highlights. Okay, Andy. No, Ben unfortunately can't make the podcast because of work. I'm thinking that's probably not a good idea. I'm going into hospital next Monday, so I might knock the podcast on the head for a while. So unfortunately, there's nothing tomorrow, Andy. Tuesday next. Hopefully, we'll be top of the league by Tuesday. Aina again. Oh, come on. You should have put that away. So let's go and make some changes. Let's rotate. We can afford to do that now. Traore, he can't. There's no point in having him on the pitch. He can't play. He can come on probably as a forward. Parrott seems to have made himself fit. Billing can come in here. He does a good job there. There's Tapia. Tapia. He's not a playmaker by any stretch of the imagination, but we'll give him a shot. See what he's like. He's just signed a new contract, so give him a shot. We need someone instead of Lakonga. Oh, 5-0. This tactic, Nicola, I love it. We've changed the tactic, Alex. We're using Nicola's tactic, his 3-4-3 asymmetric, and it's just rocking at the moment. I was facing the sack, and then suddenly when we started using this, we can't lose. And I want to just check. We're still in third. Aston Villa are winning 3-2, so Aston Villa could lose. Newcastle, who are really struggling at the bottom of the league, are beating AAG 2-0. So, third with one game to go. We could finish in the top 8. That would be good. This is an absolute gem of a tactic, Nicola. And it's so attacking. I don't understand why it's so defensively good. Because you've got both wide centre-backs. One's on attack and one's on support. And yet defensively, it's not nobody scoring any goals. Manchester City got one. But you'd expect them to get a goal. I think Leeds got one as well, didn't they? But 5-0? Have they got any more subs to make? Favre is tired, isn't he? Zabriel is also tired. It's better to change the defender, I think, than to change the attacker. How would you describe the tactic, Nicola? There is pressing involved, and it's not a short passing tactic, is it? It's shorter, standard tempo, fairly wide. It's a high press. I'd say it could be bordering on a gegenpress, but not quite a gegenpress. I would expect shorter passing with a gegenpress, but I just love it. I think it's great. It saved my job today, anyway. I don't have any more subs left, do I? And that's it, 5-0. A 5-0 thumping. I'm still annoyed at the game, though, with it in terms of the highlights. If they could fix that, it would make me a lot happier. And also the update has really messed up the settings. Valencia by Galatasaray, Beşiktaş, and Juventus. Haven't we then? We should have got into the playoffs. Pretty sure of it. There's only one game to go in the group, and one game to go in the group, and that means 16. We have 18. We're not guaranteed. We are not guaranteed. Squad schedule. Yeah, we definitely need to rest them. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So the schedule, looking at it, we have Basel, and then we have Forest. They've got a week off, so I didn't really need to rest them, but they can have a rest anyway. And you can see what's happened here. We were in dire straits. This is where we changed the tactic to Nicolas' tactic, and we have scored 9 goals and conceded 2. And I'm really struggling. How did you work this out? Because you have both full-backs on attack, both wing-backs on attack. You have these 2 central defenders. One is on attack and one's on support. So you've actually only got one person who's responsible for defending. Like, this shouldn't work, because with one player defending, it shouldn't really work, should it? You have 3 players, 4 players on support, and everybody else is on attack. Unless maybe this is just, if you're attacking, then the opposition can't cause you any problems if you're in their half, because you're playing very high up the pitch. And I don't know, have you got spaces anywhere high up the pitch? If we go to, you've got the pitch covered. It's clever. It's very clever how you've worked this out. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Saved my job. Yeah, only one on a defend role. Everybody else is supporting. It's perhaps the number of support roles. It's like 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 support roles. And it is, yeah, it's very high. That's what I was just looking at here. You're pushing this line right up. So they're playing the game in here. And even the wing backs are coming. The wide centre backs are coming in here. Everybody's in here. And that's why it's working, maybe. Okay. Let's hope it keeps working. Let's hope that it keeps working. At this rate, if it goes on like this, we could end up winning the title or getting at least close to Europe. Because there's only 13 points to the European place. And if we keep winning like this, who knows? Which would be really unbelievable. But as I said, I did look at it when I tested it with Luton, and I thought, this is good. I like this. For Luton to do what they were doing, it's really cool. Okay, so we'll call it a day there, guys. Thanks for coming, and hopefully we'll see you all on Tuesday to see more of Nicolas' tactic, and hopefully it will keep on going. In the meantime, we have to look at getting players in to fill positions, because we are short in some areas. But hopefully we should have some money to do it. I think we can get a striker in. If we can find a cheap enough striker, we can get a striker in. And then we probably need to get a midfielder, I'm guessing, to fill one of those roles. Thanks for coming, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'm going to go and have a nice cup of tea now. And we'll see you on Tuesday. I'm loving this now, Nikolai. Thanks, mate. Speak to you on Tuesday.